Good morning, you guys. Let's get ready together while I answer some of your guys' questions that you left on IG. So this is going to be a get ready Q&A with me. So I had asked you guys on TikTok if you wanted a Q&A because you guys are always leaving me questions in the comments over there. And obviously sometimes you guys are asking me to check my DMs, which I do not have open, not on any of my social medias. So I told you if you really wanted to ask me questions, we could do a Q&A on Instagram and I would answer them here on YouTube. So that is exactly what we're going to do while I get ready. So I screenshotted all of your guys' questions and we're just going to do like a little chat. So you guys asked a lot of questions, so I don't even really know where to begin. But let's softball here. Let's start with an easy one. How did you get into knitting? So I started knitting at 10. I was 10 years old and my mom really wanted me to find like a hobby. And I love music. If you guys have been following me for any amount of time on TikTok, you know that I love me music. I'm like an old school music fanatic. I think I said that wrong. I don't know. But anyway, so my mom really thought that I was going to have like musical abilities. I have none. We tried piano, guitar, like I sucked at all of it. So she was trying to find me my thing, you know? And my mom always wanted to take a knitting class. So she took it with me. We took it together. And I'm telling you, I took to knitting like a fish to water. Like knitting for me just flowed. It was something I could do while I watched TV. It was something I could do when I was stressed out. It was something I could do like when I was mad. Like knitting just, I don't know. It was kind of like writing for me. I took to writing really easily too, the same way. So, I started knitting when I was 10 and I've pretty much been knitting ever since. It was a class I took with my mom and I just loved it so much that I've obviously been knitting for like 20 something years. So that's how I got into knitting. Thanks to my mom, all because she was trying to find my niche, Um, what is your dream job? I think that's like kind of a loaded question. Who really dreams of working? No, I'm just kidding. Uh, my dream job would be like working for a bank in the economics field. Like, I wish I could. Like, I love economics. I love discussing economics. I love studying economic trends. Like, those are very much something that I really love to do. So, that would be one of my dream jobs. My other dream job would be being not like a famous, because I don't ever want to be famous, but like a well known novelist where I could do book tours and travel all over the country and like sign books and do like writing classes for kids. Like, I would love that. And then my third dream job would be to like pattern write for knitting and maybe even crochet someday because I am learning to crochet right now. Um, but yeah, those are probably my three dream jobs. I know that they are all completely different from each other, but your girl's got mass interests, okay? I just am a girl who has a bunch of different interests. So, what is. Wait. Dream brand collab? Joann's or Michael's? Send me yarn. My dream collab would be with a yarn company or Joann's and Michael's for a free yarn, to be real. Do you make money off of TikTok? Yes and no. So yes, I do make money off of TikTok. I am not in the creator program, but I am in the TikTok shop program. And as you guys know, like I do well, maybe you guys don't know. If you follow me over there, I get ready on like videos. I used to get ready on lives. And I would always show you like the products that I was using. So when I got offered to be in the program, I could just tag the same products that I've always used. These are things that are staples in my home. And if people bought them, I make money. So that is how I make money on TikTok. I'm not like rolling in it, but I do make money off of that. Let's see. Why did you stop writing? Ooh. Okay, so I didn't like writing is such a weird thing. Let's talk about it. I didn't stop writing. I just don't write. like I have writer's block, and sometimes I'll have that for a few years. Sometimes I write books that have nothing to do with the story that I'm working on or the novel that I currently have out. Um, it just is kind of how it goes. Like when I'm inspired to write, I write. But like my brain, I'm a very creative person. But like right now, my brain's in knitting creativity mode and like crocheting creativity mode. So like writing kind of took a backseat to those creative endeavors. Not intentionally, that's just kind of how it happened. How did you start writing? So, I'm from divorced parents, and when my parents were getting a divorce, I took it kind of hard, and I unfortunately had an incident with another student at school who was bugging me on a day when I was like taking it really hard, and so I got into a little bit of trouble. So my mom put me in like divorce kid classes, like that's the only way I know how to describe it. And it's where like you learn to talk about your feelings and draw out your emotions. Well, your girl can't draw to save her life. That is not one of my abilities. So they gave me a notebook and they told me to write how I feel. And that's how I started writing. I was like 8 or 9 years old. 8 maybe. And after that, like I said, I took to writing like a fish to water. I loved writing my feelings and emotions and poems. And then naturally, it kind of shifted over into storytelling. I have a baby cousin who, if you guys know, she's like the love of my life. I love her. And she used to love for me to tell her stories, make up stories when she was little. So it kind of pushed me more into like writing fiction, even though it's not really what I read. That's definitely what I write, and that's because I would tell her stories all the time. So you guys asked who's your biggest influence, and I would have to say my mom. Um, my mom is like my superhero, and she has had such like an impact on my life. She's a single mom. We're really close, so she would have to be. But she's my biggest influence. However, I do take influence from everything around me. Um, I like kind of look at all of my friends and family because everybody in my life is completely different. Like it's so funny. All of my friends are completely different. People always wonder how I'm friends with them because I'm a different personality. But I love to see things from everybody's point of view. I feel like if you're only looking at life from one point of view, you're missing it. So, but my mom would have to be that answer because she's the biggest like factor in my life, like that person for me, you know what I mean? She's who I look up to and she very much influences me. Um what is your outlook on 2025? The way it's looking right now, I I'm hoping that we can do better. I know the next 4 years are going to be a shot in the dark, and I'm hoping that us as a people can stand together against the bad stuff, but we shall see. Let me see here. Why don't you market your novel? Okay, guys. let's talk about this. So if you don't know, I'll link it down below. I have a novel called Timetopia. And so I am not good at marketing. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am not good at marketing. Like when people ask me about my novel, I will tell them about it. Like I will be like, it's a sci-fi thriller and it is based on like a chosen one trope kind of a thing. But like I'm not good at marketing. I'm not good at selling. I'm not a seller. Which I know you guys are gonna be like, but wait, but on TikTok, no. But like I don't sell on TikTok. I just use things that I'm using and people either like it or they don't. I don't have to actually sell you a product. So that's why I suck at marketing. I swore last year that I would get better at it, and I just didn't. So that leads into this next question. It says, why don't you do book tours? So book tours, people have to A, want it. B, I get really nervous in front of big crowds of people. I know that may be hard to believe. People think like I'm super outgoing. Um, which in a way I kind of am, but like I'm kind of not. I get really nervous speaking in front of large crowds, and I trip over my own words, and then I get like really self-conscious. So I am not as extroverted as people may think. So yeah, I'm not shy by any means. Like that's not really my personality, but I get really burnt out being in front of like a lot of people. And I get really like weary. And I've had some like weird experiences with book tours. Or like not book tours, book signings. If you guys want to hear about that, I have told some of those stories on TikTok. But yeah, no. I would love to do a book tour for Timetopia. I would love to write Timetopia book 2 and finish it. But there has to be a demand for it for me to even be able to go, because it's not cheap. Like, I mean, nothing's cheap, so that, you know, kind of explains that one. How much do you charge for a knitting item? So if you guys have been on my Etsy account, which I'll link down below, I do beanies, like custom order beanies. So like I make them when you order them. And those ones that are just plain, I don't charge too much for it. I think I charge like $25, maybe 20. But I also make handbags. Those I do charge more for, just because they take more product to make. I will show you guys one actually. Let me just finish curling this and I will show you what I'm talking about. So I make handbags that stand on their own. I have also made custom handbags that are like characters, like animal bags. But these ones are the ones that I was selling, and I was selling these ones I think for like 100, just because of like how long it takes to make and product, things like that. I've also made like color work stuff, and then like for like lunch and tea, you know. And this is what they look like. It just depends on what I'm making. I try to be really fair about pricing. I also have like little stuffed animals, like little Pop-Tart plushies and little turtles. Now these are knitted animals. Eventually I do want to start making crocheted animals. That's just not what I have right now. And I like I said, I really try to be fair about pricing. It's shipping that gets me. But like I try to be like, I try not to overcharge. It just kind of sucks because people don't realize how much goes into making all of these things. And I know that's like a really open conversation that a lot of people have over there on the talk. But it just takes so much time, like so much time to make these, to do like the custom work, you know what I mean? To sew in like lining and also structure, you know what I mean? Because this bag can just stand on its own, you know? And so like all that stuff takes time and money. And so I try not to like price too high where it would like turn people away, but I try not to undercharge where I'm not actually making money for my time. So I hope that answers your question. So the next question you guys asked was, what are you going to do if TikTok gets banned? I've been seeing that a lot of people are going over to a new app called Rednote, and that's going to be the new thing. I honestly would love if all of my followers would come over here to the tube and we can do some fun stuff here. It's just, I've had YouTube for years and it's so hard to grow over here that I just don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I'm hoping that it doesn't get banned, but we don't know what the future holds, you know? So this next one, I already knew that I was going to have to answer. Why don't you allow your followers to DM you? Okay, so I want to talk about this, and I want to be really transparent and really honest about it. It's because people are disrespectful. It's because people are disrespectful as hell. I used to have my DMs open on Instagram back in the day because I didn't know that you could close them. And I got so many weird messages about being a sugar baby. I got so many weird messages about people trying to buy things from me, or like basically treat me like I was on that other website And that's just not my brand. That's not what I'm about. That's just, no. People don't know how to be respectful when they think that nobody's watching. And so I just decided a long time ago that my DMs being open, it's just not something that I ever have to do, nor is it something that I want to do. I don't like being bombarded with disgusting messages. Like, I just don't. And I know that there are people out there that just want to like talk about my content or talk about other things, but I'm just not willing to take the risk. If you have something to say, write it in a comment and I will totally like read it back. I used to do a lot of lives back in the day so that way I could talk to people, but those even started getting a little despicable and disgusting. And I had to take a break for my own mental health. Like, having people come at you in that way, in such a vulgar way, I wasn't about it. So that is why I do not have my DMs open, because too many people also love to treat every social media app like it is a dating website, and it's not. Like, I'm not, no. So that also is going to lead into my next two questions. And I get this one a lot, which I don't know how I'm still getting this one. I've like addressed it so many times, but are you single? I'm married. I am married, you guys. I have a husband. I talk about my husband pretty openly, so like I'm not really sure why people still ask me that. No, I am not single. I am happily married. I have an amazing husband who I love and adore, who loves and adores me. So that answers that. I know, like, one of the times I was talking about my husband, I had like 25 to 50 people unfollow me. And I was like, are you serious right now? Like, I wear a wedding ring. Like, I'm married. I don't portray myself as single. That's not really my gig. I am happily married. So that answers that. And the question I got like right next to that one is, why don't you show your husband online? Okay. My husband, is not like a big social media guy. He doesn't really like venture out in that way, but that's not the reason why. He has a job that, without going too much into it, for his safety, it is just not a good idea for him to be online in that way. He cannot have people like recognizing him from social media and thinking that they can talk to him out there, or it's for safety reasons. It is 100% for safety reasons because of the type of job that my husband has. Like I said, I love my husband. This was like a conversation we had pretty early on about his job, about the safety aspects of it. And so we decided as a couple that that just wasn't the best idea for him and the type of job that he has for him to be all over my social medias, my public forums of social media. So that is why. That is why I don't share my husband on here or on any of my other social media, public social media platforms. It's just out of safety. At the end of the day, I do this because I enjoy it and it's fun and I do make some money off of it. And I love to spread positivity to people and share my knitting and things that I've learned and my cooking. But he didn't sign up for it. That's not what he really wants to do. And also, he doesn't have to. So I would rather have him come home safe every day than worry about that stuff. So that answers that. Let me move on to my next question. Where can I find your novel? My novel is on, I'll link it down below, but pretty much like Amazon. It is also on Audible. I'm gonna say something that's probably super unpopular. If you have a chance to listen to it on Audible, listen to it on Audible, because the woman who did it was so amazing. Like, the woman who recorded it, Amanda Fisher, she was just like the best. Like, I have fight scenes in my novel, and the way she throws her voice around for those fight scenes, it makes you feel like you're in the fight scene. Like, it makes you feel like you're there, you're with it. You're with the characters. She just did such a good job. And on Audible, I don't think it costs anything to listen to it. I think as long as you have like a membership, you can listen to it for free. Once again, not my best marketing strategy, but I didn't write Timetopia to Become Rich. I wrote it because I love it and I felt like it was so good and I really wanted to share it. So that explains a lot of things. All right, let's do my bangs and then we are just about done here. I also want to thank all you guys who wrote in questions. I obviously told you guys this on TikTok, but I did not read any of the questions that I felt were disrespectful or a little too invasive. Or just like telling me that you think I'm hot and you want to pay for my lifestyle. Once again, creepy. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you want a sugar baby, go to those websites. Also, I am a little too old to be a sugar baby, you guys, which leads in to my very last question. How do you stay looking young? I'm in my 30s, you guys. I feel like I look like I'm in my 30s. I am in my early 30s. So like, but I feel like I look my age. So there is that. But thank you for thinking that I look young. My abuelita really ages so well, and so does my mom. So I think that like it's just something in the genetics, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I feel like I look my age. I really do appreciate that though. But yeah, no, I'm in my 30s, you guys. So I hope I got to answer. I'm like having an issue with this one bang right there. There we go. I hope I got to answer all of your guys' questions. I hope that this was a great way for you to get to know me. And if you're just catching me here on YouTube and have never seen my face before, hi, I'm Misha. I'm a content creator. I make knitting content, cooking content, writing content, pretty much whatever I'm doing in my life, I kind of just share with you guys. And I'm hoping to grow this platform so that way I can share more with you guys. And for those who have come from TikTok who really wanted these questions answered, I hope I did my best, you guys. So I hope that you have a great day. Thank you for watching. And make sure that you hit that subscribe button. If you want to check out my novel, I'll link it down below. My Etsy account, I'll link it down below. And I will talk to you guys soon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.